Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are watching this video or night. And I hope you like my new background. Well, it's a new background. I'm just trying on different things, keeping my videos fresh so that you don't know what you're gonna get the next time. Anyway, today's video I will be talking about common scams that you might find online when you're looking for a remote job. Yes, you guys know how much I love the remote working life. I myself have been doing it for a while now, so that is why I share job leads on remote jobs, and that is why I talk about it. If you haven't seen my playlist on remote jobs, please do, because I won't be sharing only about jobs. I'll also be sharing about business as well. Anything to make you get that dough on anything to make you get that dough while in comfort, from your bed while at home. I will be sharing all that because we're all growing together, we're all discovering our purpose. So keep it locked on my channel and don't go anywhere. There is more in this video. Okay, so before I do a deep dive into this topic, it might not be a deep dive because I might not cover all there is, but these are just some common scams that I know about because, trust me, I have almost experienced one firsthand, and I'm going to give you a bit of that story. But anyway, like I said, before I go proper into the topic, I just want to specify that this might not be just for remote jobs. This also applies to some physical jobs here in Canada, but in speaking about it generally, like in speaking about these scams generally, I'm talking about remote jobs because those are the ones that from anywhere in the world people might get affected by them. So the first one I'll say is, while you're looking for jobs on marketplaces like Facebook, Kijiji, I'd say be very careful with who you're chatting with. Ensure that there is enough information on that person. Sometimes it could be Yelp, it could be Craigslist, whatever it is. Ensure that person, there's enough information on their profile. I know that you might be trusting sometimes, and I know that sometimes people go with their guts about this thing, like their gut feelings, but at the same time you just want to be careful because you might not be able to do a background check on that person, so you just have to work with what you have there online. Watch out for the messages they send because there will be some red flags and some undertones. I promise you, these things are always there. You might just not notice because you're probably in a desperate position, you really need money, you really need to find a job, but it is much better to take your time and be healthy and find these things, or to not lose any further money. Which brings me to number 2. Beware of the links that you click on, please, because sometimes they use these things to hack you. Sometimes they use it to, when I mean hack you, I don't mean like with a knife, but I mean like to hack your accounts, like maybe if you're using social media or whatever, and sometimes they even have access to your banking information, depending on what you have on that account or what you have online. So be very careful about the links that you click on, because sometimes they'll just share a link with you and say, oh, you can apply via that link. Please be sure. Asking to pay, oh my god, this one can be tricky because sometimes people are applying maybe via a forum where they say, oh, you can pay for them to upgrade your resume, or you can pay for membership and they're posting exclusive jobs. I mean, if you know about something like that and it has worked for you, or you do things like that and you are not raising any brows, then I'll say, okay, good for you, go for it. But on a regular, if anybody tells me that he asks them to pay to get a job, I'll say no, don't do it, don't go for it. I don't think like it's worth it. But if you have done your checks, or if you feel like, okay, this is something that comes up every now and then feel free. Shady offer letter or shady documents. Sometimes they will send you some documents that they will say, oh, sign, or maybe this is after like the interview process. This is a huge red flag. Once they send you certain documents, you have to open your eyes, you have to watch out, because there is a way. I know that every company does things differently, but there is a way that official documents will look. I mean, in terms of like the signature, the letterhead, things like that. And even that person reaching out to you, you can also do a check on them, maybe check on LinkedIn, check on social media, whatever. You can even reach out to the company because they use some companies that actually exist. They use this company as fronts while the company doesn't know. So you can reach out to them and actually find out to know if there's such a person or if there's such a position. I'll say if you see any job posting, you should also go to the company's website to check first before you go ahead to apply. This can be done, like these fake postings can be done anywhere, like on LinkedIn, on job boards. Be very careful. I mean, like I said, these are things that I have noticed, these are things that I have observed, and I've heard different stories about. I myself have experienced one, but I am getting to that. No clear duties and no clear job description. So sometimes you see these posts and there is no clear job description, there is no clear duty. In fact, you might not even know what the role is, but they'll tell you like, oh, if you're available to start, they need someone immediately. Oh, if you're in Canada, if you're in this part of the world, if you're in this city. Please do not fall for it, because if they are that desperate and if they need someone to occupy an office, occupy a position, they should be clear and upfront enough to let you know what it entails. Full details. There should be full discretion. Part-time online assistance, and they'll say it's for a specific location only, for Canadians only. I've seen a lot of that, and it was a part-time job which I nearly actually fell for the should I say I nearly fell for the scam, or should I say I was almost roped into it. But when I went through the interview process and they asked me to send some money, they said they were going to send me a check and then I'll transfer some money or something like that. As soon as they mentioned the check, I knew that it was false. So please, I'm going to lump in those two together, which is this part-time assistant jobs. For some reason they've become very rampant, this is not me saying that there are no legit assistant jobs or no legit part-time jobs, but these are the recent scams, because they know that many people are looking for other hustles, many people are looking for other jobs, which is understandable, which is a normal thing. But that desperation is letting people fall for these scams. And yes, you need money, so it's not your fault that you're desperate, but you have to open your eye. If they ask you to send any money or that they are going to send you any check, please do not fall for it. Once you see these things, just immediately flag it. I don't know, like no need to tell them, just probably block them and exit that communication channel. 9-hour jobs with pickup and delivery. Quite alright, there are many pickup and delivery jobs available all around the place, but be very careful. Like I said, know who you're communicating with, know where this is coming from, because this could pose a security issue to you. They might ask to meet you somewhere, and if you are not careful, it could be a trap. No video interview. Why is there no video interview? Why can't you see the person you're communicating with? Most times they just send you maybe like a WhatsApp or Telegram or a weird communication channel. This is not me saying these are no regular communication channels. I mean, we use them in our everyday, but for job interview, it kind of raises a brow. I know that most times for tech interview, the first stage is a phone call, but that is more legit than you just get a message and they say, oh, let's chat about this job role on WhatsApp, let's chat about this on Skype or wherever. When you see things like that, when you can't exactly pinpoint who this person is, like there's no history, like working history of the person, there is no link of that person with the company. In fact, the company itself doesn't even have such job role available. Once you see all these things, my guy, my girl, please run. These are huge red flags, and these would definitely pose a huge threat to you. So at the end of the day, this is not me saying do not put your best foot forward, do not try your best to apply for job postings that you see out there. This is just me saying be very careful and keep an eye open for these things, because we see them regularly. I'm always out there looking for job links, job postings to share here on my YouTube. If you know already, I have a playlist for remote jobs, so I'm always out there looking out for these things, which is why I'm able to catch some of these red flags. And like I said, as much as I'm not affiliated with any of the jobs I post, I always want to ensure that they are safe and they are still available. I want to ensure that they are coming from the right sources, which is why I am sharing these with you guys as well, so that you can also take note of these things as you apply for jobs all over the place. So I want to say thank you, and as usual, I will be in the comments ready to answer your questions. I will be in the comments looking out for other tips that you may have for me, for other things that you may have noticed as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for also sharing and liking, because I'm hoping to see more of you here. The family is growing. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you in my next one.